Ms. Sylvia Lim.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, in its press release on the bill on 1st October, the Ministry explained that this bill seeks to strengthen Singapore's anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing frameworks. It was stated that the bill would enable Singapore to more effectively tackle money laundering and terrorism financing, which are usually more complex and transnational in nature. The Ministry emphasized that there was a need to ensure that our laws remain relevant to the current operating landscape. One gets the sense that this bill is being tabled because the current laws are deemed somewhat inadequate to deal with the problem of money laundering and terrorism financing. Indeed, the ongoing investigations into the 1MDB scandal and the alleged transfers of hundreds of millions of dollars to and from the Singapore bank accounts of Mr. Loh Teck Joe or Joe Loh make uneasy reading. An online financial news portal, finenews.asia, has even described Singapore as, and I quote, the banking centre at the heart of the scandal, unquote. While the facts are yet to be fully established, this is a reputation we do not want. I thus support moves to strengthen the legal and enforcement machinery to tackle this challenging task. To have a further understanding of the need to amend our laws, could the government share its assessment of the current efficacy of the two acts in question, namely the Corruption, Drug Trafficking and Other Serious Crimes Act, or CDSA, and the Terrorism Suppression of Financing Act? What has been the rate of reporting, detection and prosecution, and how satisfactory is it? Coming back to the bill now before the House, I note that the bill focuses much attention on enhancing the penalties for offences. For instance, under Clause 5, the maximum fine for not reporting knowledge or suspicion of property suspected to be linked to drug dealing or criminal conduct has gone up from $20,000 to $250,000, an increase of 12.5 times. For offenders who are not individuals, being entities such as banks and corporations, the fine has gone up to $500,000, an increase of 25 times. Clauses 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 22 and 23 will also impose on entities an additional monetary exposure of being fined an amount of up to 2 times the value of the benefits of crime. Sir, having penalties that sting is certainly necessary, but not a sufficient deterrent by themselves. Such illicit activities will go on unless the chance of being caught is high. Here, the law enforcement agencies face a monumental task. Besides their transnational nature, laundering criminal proceeds and financing terrorism usually involve layers of intermediaries, including seemingly innocuous ones like legitimate businesses and charities, making detection especially challenging. Earlier, the Minister also mentioned anonymous digital transfers as yet another obstacle for investigators to overcome today. In this vein, I would like to ask some clarification as to how the government as a whole is going about improving the likelihood of detection of such activities. Such an endeavour will involve other authorities and agencies besides the Ministry of Home Affairs. Last year, it was announced that the government was going on the offensive against money laundering and terrorism financing by setting up the ACIP, or the Anti-Money Laundering and Countering the Financing of Terrorism Industry Partnership, under the auspices of the Monetary Authority of Singapore and the Commercial Affairs Department. The ACIP would specifically work with 8 banks and the Association of Banks in Singapore. 1 year on, how has this enhanced the likelihood of detection of such crimes? Besides domestic agencies, the sharing of financial intelligence across borders is vital. To this end, I note that Clause 6 of the bill is amending Section 41 to enable the Ministry to share financial intelligence not just with jurisdictions with which it has bilateral agreements, but also with other jurisdictions which have endorsed the Egmont Charter and Principles for Information Exchange. It would be useful for the Minister to give her assessment on how well the current bilateral arrangements are working and to elaborate further on the potential of working with countries who have subscribed to the Egmont documents. In summary, sir, I believe the bill brings about important changes which are necessary to meet the challenge of tackling money laundering and terrorism financing. Nevertheless, the government's clarifications on improving detection and the effectiveness of financial intelligence sharing will be most relevant to the bill's efficacy. Thank you.